Hello everyone, in this video we will be showing how to do multiplication with 6, 7, or 8. Now as we've said in class, what we're showing today is only useful for multiplications that involve numbers, specifically the numbers 6, 7, and 8. That means that both of the numbers in the multiplication need to be 6, 7, or 8. If I have numbers like 4, 3, 2, 5, 9, or 10, whose tricks I already know, I use those tricks. I don't use what we're going to learn today. So the multiplications we're talking about today are 6 times 6. Let me make that a little bigger so that you can see. So we have 6 times 6, 7 times 6, 8 times 6, and then it's basically the same, except instead of 6's at the end, I have 7. So 6 times 7, 7 times 7, and 8 times 7. And also the same for 8. So 6 times 8, 7 times 8, and 8 times 8. Sorry. So these are the 9 multiplications that we're talking about today. These specific 9 multiplications. My suggestion for you would be learn them by heart. So the same way that we did with 3, just try and say them or write them as many times as you need until you just know the answers, because that is the easiest way, in my opinion, to solve these multiplications, to learn how to do them. However, if that is too difficult, or maybe you wouldn't like to do that, there is a trick that we can use to solve these multiplications. It's simply that this trick is quite complicated. So maybe it would be better to just learn them, like we did with 3. So how do we use this trick? We put our hands like this. Now, as you can see, this is not the same as the 9 trick, because here the hands are not touching. We want our hands to be apart. So what we do here is, on one hand, we put 6, 7, and 8. We also have 9 here and 10 here, but we don't really use those. So all we care about is 6, 7, and 8. And on the other hand, we do the same. So 6 would be on our thumb, 7 at our index finger, and 8 on our middle finger. Now what do we do with that? Well, let's say I have a multiplication like, for example, 7 times 8. Let's say I have to do 7 times 8. What I'm going to do is put 7 on one hand and 8 on the other hand. Now, what does that mean? Put that number on my hands. What I'm going to do is I am going to close the fingers 6, let me make that a little smaller, 6, 7, and 8, so that I have 8 on one hand, and then 6 and 7 on the other hand. So what happens is that now I should have 5 fingers closed on both hands. Those are my tens, so that makes 50. And then what I do is I multiply the open fingers on one hand, so 2, with the open fingers on the other hand, so 3. 2 times 3 would be 6. And then if I add the tens, which we said are 5, so 50, that would make 56. So 7 times 8 is 56. As you can understand, this trick is very complicated, so that's why I said in the beginning of the video that maybe it would be better for you And this is something that I suggest to just learn the multiplications by heart. I can't write them for you, of course, because that would be answering your homework, but you can add them. You can simply say that 6 times 8, if you don't remember them, you can say that 6 times 8 is 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. Let me count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 eighths. And figure out how much this is if you don't remember what we talked about in class this week. And so that's all for today. I hope you find that method that's best for you, and we'll see you on Monday.